Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another segment of Talk of the Town. My name is Payne. I'm joined by Jalen, as always. And we are going to be talking NBA playoffs. And to start, Milwaukee and Boston are tied at 1 after 2 games. But the big story is Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting just 38% in the first 2 games. So, Jay, has Boston figured out how to stop the Greek Freak?
I I I can agree. You know, considering that, they stop him if they stop the bully ball, they get in front of him, get some stops, they stop the bully ball. He's not taking it to the basket every single time. You actually got him out, out of the paint, taking some contested shots. Because I've never seen Giannis take a contested jumper, contested three, anything like that. Last game, shot 1 for 4 from three, 11 for 27 from field goal. It's not the worst, but he had plus minus -11, so that goes to show that he's not being very efficient while he's on the court. He's just physically on the court scoring because he has no choice but to, considering they're getting their asses handed to them. I'm in between on it, but I do believe that they figured out the bully ball situation. They're like, hey, if he's gonna act this way, we're gonna get in front of him. We're gonna stop him. We're gonna start making defensive changes and switches and stuff like that. But like you said. Grant Williams has been playing phenomenal defense on him, which is surprising because it's like probably a foot difference on height, and that's usually not a good thing. As of right now, they have figured out the bully ball, and if they can continue to figure out the bully ball, they will be successful because they figured out KD, and he's not a bully ball situation. He's a scorer.
Giannis isn't a scorer. I wouldn't
Okay.
classify Giannis as a scorer. I would classify guys like Steph, guys like KD, guys whose number one priority is to put the ball in the hole. And sometimes it might be for Giannis. But
Mm-hmm.
I think guys like this that are top tier players that score the ball a lot, LeBron, Giannis, KD, Joel, all the guys that were at the top of the points per game this year, you don't simply figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're this good of a player, and let's be real here, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world right now. Giannis is the best basketball player in the world. So I don't think there's a way where you could just say this is the defense that we're gonna play, and that is how he is going to be stopped every single time. Because I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe this will average out, and eventually, though it might not be a big sample size, game 4 maybe game 3, he's gonna come out and he's gonna do an 11 for 18, and then the next game he'll do a 10 for 17, and then just like that, he's back to his regular percentage. So after just 2 games to say they figured out how to stop him, I don't believe in that because game 1 he shot worse and they won. You can't look at his field goal percentage and say that they figured out how to stop him, especially when, like you said, most of his baskets are bully ball baskets. That's in the paint and it comes around the rim. And when you're 6'11" with a 7 foot plus wingspan, he's up there ready to put the ball in the hole, and he's not hitting a lot of these. And I don't think that's 100% on the defense. But you look at game 1, it was really his facilitating that won them the game. So they played good defense on him. He missed a lot of shots, but it was his facilitating with 12 assists that won the game. What I think Giannis is doing right now is that he's forcing too much. And maybe the defensive pressure is making him do that, but what I saw in the playoffs last year was a little bit different. He was kind of letting the game come to him, taking what was given rather than just going out there and trying to score. I guess maybe your main offensive scorer, Chris Middleton, if you want to call him that. I don't know if you would call him the main scorer, but that's the guy that gets the ball and he gets freedom to one-on-one put the ball in the hole. Just do your thing, Chris. And he's not playing right now. So maybe that is a little bit of a burden on Giannis's shoulders additionally. I don't know. To say figured out on a guy that is so dynamic, so unique. Like we've never seen a player like this before
Yeah.
that can do. I guess Hakeem would
Swiss
be the
Army knife.
closest. Like but Hakeem wasn't facilitating like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
Shaq in terms of dominance, but Shaq wasn't putting Euro steps on people.
He's not just dominant in one area. He can dominate you in different areas of the game and not just scoring, but like passing, playing defense, and getting into just transition on offense.
Come in game 1 and you go to Boston and you go 9 for 25, forcing a lot of shots, but you pull down 13 rebounds, which again isn't very surprising for him. That's an average. He does that. He's huge. I
Hmm.
understand he's going to do that. But he also comes out, he's got 12 assists. So he gets that triple double, which I'm not a big fan of in the stat category because I expect Giannis to get 10 points and 10 rebounds. But to get those
Hmm.
12 assists was huge because he was facilitating while his shot struggled. That eventually led them to a game one win. So even if you do want to say that Boston figured out how to stop Giannis, they couldn't stop them in game one. They couldn't stop Milwaukee as a unit in game one. And while they did shoot poorly and they did shoot themselves in the foot a little bit, Giannis went out there with a plus 23, 12 assists, and won the game while Drew Holiday was kind of the one that was leading them. I would say he was the MVP of the game, but a big game out of Giannis while
The
he was
dark
shooting
horse.
poorly, and he just stole home court advantage. They did their job, man. They went into Boston and they took one, and that's all you can ask when you're on the road
That's all you guys
is
for.
to take one.
Absolutely.
And if you win game 3 of 4, you're up 3-1. You lose game 5. Now what? You gotta clinch in game 6 at home to go to the conference finals. You can't ask for much more. I expect Giannis to turn it up a little bit. 38% is just about what Durant shot last series. So Celtics do have great team defense, great individual defense as well, and I'm going to give him that. But I do expect Coach Bud to put Giannis in a better position to score, as well as Giannis to be a little bit smarter and take advantage of the opportunities he's given rather than try to force baskets all the time. And he's going to do what Giannis does. He's going to do what MVPs do, and he's going to have vintage performances. Vintage being that he's 26, 27 years old, but
And they are playing home the next two games too.
yeah,
That's so critical. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the Bucks arena, bro, that shit gets rocking,
it
bro.
does. It does.
Like they had the sun shook last year, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally shook.
I'm
I
glad you mentioned that because they think that they got something with Giannis shooting poorly in these two games. Let's not forget in the finals last year, they was down 2-0. And Giannis came
yeah,
out and said, "Nah, I'm not going out like this." They win 4 straight and he goes for 50 to win it all. So, let's slow it
fifty
down on
burger.
Giannis. We know what he's capable of, and I
Right.
fully expect to see that in Milwaukee for these next two games.
100%. I absolutely agree with you. I expect the next two games to be an absolute dog fight, and I expect Giannis and the Bucks to continue to hold themselves to that standard of championship level.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into another Talk of the Town segment. Be sure to check out the playlist, top link in the description for all Talk of the Town segments. Payne Warnock, Jalen Lindsay, we appreciate you coming through. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you in the next one.